What's up everyone, my name's Al from Games Rip. Today we're going to be looking at a version of Quake. Quake 1 in fact is a brand new port coming to the Sega Dreamcast, that's right. Now obviously we've been looking at After the Fall, recently an internet exclusive video, which obviously you can check the link below for that, which is essentially a mod, a Quake 1 mod coming to the Sega Dreamcast. Now there's a brand new version of Quake currently being looked at. Now this is version 1.2 and it's called Nuquake. Now it's kind of a polished version of Quake 1. This is done in the shareware version as you can see here, but obviously this will essentially be a platform for mods and obviously a polished version of Quake 1 to eventually follow. Now there are a couple bugs in the version which obviously I'll list off during the video, but I thought you guys would be interested to take a look at this. So let's fucking do it. Let's take a look.
Fuck yeah, here we go. This is the polished, let's call it, the polished port of Quake 1 for the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, if you check out the Dreamcast Talk forum, you will notice that this was obviously dropped on there by Mr. Neo240, who is porting over a pretty damn decent version of Quake 1. Now, the version you're seeing here, this is Quake 1, the shareware version, but it really, you know, for purposes of showing you guys, this is good enough. Now, the one thing you will want to do straight away is you're going to want to customize your controls. Obviously, turn on the mouse look straight away, but then you kind of want to fiddle with the controls to get it the way you like it. I had to do this for quite a bit. In fact, you know, 10-15 minutes to just kind of make it the way I wanted to play it. Now, as you can see, this already is a colourful, damn looking, crisp version of Quake 1, and this is on the Sega Dreamcast. This is not an emulator, this is not the PC version. Well, essentially it is the PC version being played on the Sega Dreamcast. Just things like lighting effects, as you can see here, sounds, and the way it so smoothly plays. This is possibly the best port of Quake 1 to hit the Sega Dreamcast so far. Now, this isn't a complete finished version. This is still a version, or this is version 1.2. This is not alpha. This is version 1.2. So there have been a couple of renditions of this already that have already hit the internet, but this is the latest version so far. So not everything's fixed. There's still going to be tweaks. There's still going to be, you know, this is a work in process, or progress, I should say, and it's a damn fine-looking example of what PlayStation. Definitely not the PlayStation, what the Sega Dreamcast can obviously do. Now, there's a couple things that they're saying are, or Mr. Neo, I should say, is saying are currently classed as untesting. They've put mod loading. Now, obviously, mods are the one thing that I think a lot of people are going to be looking for when they're looking at this version of Quake 1 running here. Because, let's face it, there's a lot of Quake mods out there, and people are going to want to be porting these to the Sega Dreamcast, and they're going to want a sort of base platform, like Quake 1 obviously is, for, you know, to be able to play those mods on the Sega Dreamcast. But let's also just face it, we want a decent version of Quake 1 to be able to play, and play fully through on the Sega Dreamcast. Now, what you're seeing here, like I said, this is a very, very good version we're seeing so far. Like I said, there's a couple things still missing. There's a couple things that still need tweaking. They're obviously saying that gun rendering currently is a bit of an issue. Secret menu apparently has an option to disable it, but at the moment I'm not really seeing any massive issues here with that. They're also saying the sound is a bit rough. Yeah, as you can hear, it is a bit rough. It's not far off though. It really isn't that far off. But if you just look at the detail we're seeing here, now obviously I don't want to compare it to the After the Full mod, because that's a mod for Quake 1. That's not Quake 1 itself. But if you look at different versions of Quake out there on the internet that currently exist for the Sega Dreamcast, they're not this, and they certainly don't look or play as well as this. Like I said, the controls, they're a little bit hard to get used to at first, but once you get playing, I had not a single issue. And the sound effects, fantastic. Obviously, there's no music here. CDDA is disabled currently. Maybe that will change in the future. So, I mean, there's not really a huge amount to talk about here, apart from you can just see the way it looks. It plays, it looks great. The sound effects are really, really good, to be fair. They've really ported those over well, and they're pretty bang on. Anyway, this was just a quick look at Nuquake, a nice base platform here, nice Quake 1 port coming here to the Sega Dreamcast. So Mr. Neo 240, I got to say a big thank you for that, because this game is looking fantastic. Anyway, like and subscribe everyone. I'll be back with more news on this as soon as it hits the internet. I've been Al from Games Rip, and I'll see you all soon. And I'll leave you with some more footage if you want. Yeah, about another minute or so. I'll see you soon, guys.